everyone, I'm back. I've been gone almost 6 months and I'm finally ready to get back to making videos. You may be wondering, where have I been? Well, I got married and I've been enjoying my life, and I have been watching everybody's videos. You might not have known it because I have crept back into my little creeper mode and I've been watching videos and not really commenting because I'm doing other things while I'm watching, and I'm really gonna try to I've started recently and I'm gonna try really hard to get out of that habit of not commenting, because that's the best part of BookTube is the comments. So you might be seeing me in your comments more often from now on. Here's hope. If anyone new is watching this video, my name's Mindy. This is Mindy's Book Journey, and I read all the books. My favorite genre is horror. Nothing is better to me than haunted house stories. They're my absolute favorite. And I also like literary horror, but I also love all kinds of horror. I read it all. I also read a lot of other genres, especially fantasy and sci-fi. Love those. But I will have a smattering of thrillers, historical fiction, a little bit of nonfiction, and even some contemporary. So you will probably see it all on this channel. I also really love doing readathons. It's my favorite way to do TBRs, and it adds an extra social element to this reading habit that I crave. I crave that interaction with people, and feels nice to be doing the same thing as a lot of other people. So you can expect a lot of readathon TBR videos and the such, wrap-ups and whatnot. And I'm really looking forward to February. There's a lot of good ones coming up, so I'll be telling you about those soon. I also wanted to share with you my goals for the new year, coming back to this channel. Some bookish goals as well as life goals. I've been making a lot of changes in my life starting in January, and I just wanted to share them with you. I've decided to go hard on my goals this year, and I'm keeping track diligently so that maybe I can achieve them this time. I have my reading journal from last year, and the end of my reading journal has my 2019 in review and my goals and how I did. Let's see, shall we? How did I do? My first goal was to read 100 books. I did it. I actually read 121 books. And how I achieved that was I got a script subscription and I started listening to audiobooks, and I just basically spent every waking minute that it was possible either listening or reading a book. I would be listening to or reading books while doing anything else that I wanted to do, and that's how that happened. I'm thinking I might not end up reading as much this year with my new goals, but more about that in a minute. My next goal was to reduce my physical TBR by 50 books, and nope, failed terribly. I increased my physical TBR by 46 books. So, eek, not so good. My third goal was no buying books until June. Oh dear. Yeah, I went off the wagon in February. I only made it a month. That is just sad. And I ended up buying, let's see, I calculated up. I ended up buying 54 books between January and June. So, that was an epic fail as well. Next, I wanted to make time to reread 12 books. I did reread 4 books, so that goal was 33% complete. And I wanted to keep up with this journal, the reading journal, for the entire year. And I didn't quite make that. In the middle of the year, I stopped doing the journal around my wedding time for about 4 months. So, 4 months. I did 8 out of 12 months in my journal. The journal is really fun. It's another creative outlet, another hobby that I enjoy, putting together these spreads and keeping track of things. I like the stats, I like the information that I get from it. So I do like making a journal. But I'm not going to be too hard on myself if I can't keep up on it religiously. I was still keeping track of things, just not in such a pretty way that takes so much time. I was just jotting down lists in my other notebook and calling it good because I didn't have time to keep up on it. Now, getting into 2020, I have my new reading journal, 2020 reading journal and goal tracker. This is for my bookish and life goals. So the first page just has a list of my goals, and I'm actually going to be doing rewards for myself for keeping up on my goals. So first, my reading goals. I have down that I want to read 100 books. I don't know if that's going to happen now that I'm getting into all of these things that I want to do on a weekly basis, but I'm still going to try. I'm going to try to read 100 books again, and if I do, I will get a $50 reward to buy books in January. So I am looking forward to that, and I'm hoping that I'll get that little prize. I've set myself prizes and rewards for all of my goals, and I'm going to keep track of them in this journal every single month so that maybe I'll actually achieve them this time. Here's hoping. I also want to finish 5 series, and I am going to reward myself being able to buy 1 book for every series that I finish. I also want to read 10 tomes this year, which are books over 500 pages. I'm going to reward myself by being able to buy 1 book for every tome I finish. I want to decrease my physical TBR again. All these books behind me, these are all unread. I have over 575 when I started January. I think I'm down to 572 now. Woo! In the right direction. I'm going to really focus on that goal of decreasing my physical TBR this year, and I'm going to be able to buy myself 1 book for every 20 books that my physical TBR goes down. Little incentive, because I'm also not buying any books unless it is a reward. So I'm guessing if my goals go super well, I could buy up to 20 books this year. Now, my personal goals, the first one is to get out of debt. I'm working on paying off my wedding and all of these books and things that I've been buying. lately. So I am on a no buy year, except for rewards for reaching my goals. I will be able to buy a tiny little bit. So if you're interested in my no buy year, I'm thinking about making a video on the rules of it and how I'm keeping track of it. And if you're interested in that, let me know. Here is I made a little game board where I can keep track of my 100 books. And if I get to the finish line, then yay, my $50 book shopping spree. Looking forward to that. Here I'm going to keep track of my series. I will color in the boxes once I finish a series and then write down what series I finished. Here is where I'll keep track of my tomes. I'll color in the boxes as I finish tomes, write down what they were, and then down here is just a little card that I got from Bubbles and Books, and I'm going to color in a book for every book that I get off of my physical TBR. So that'll be fun. So this won't be ebooks or anything else, it's just my physical TBR. Which ones have I read and gotten out of the TBR? So that'll be interesting to see. And then also I'm going to keep track of how much my physical TBR is going down. I'll fill in a box for every 10 books, and then for every 20 books, the ones with the stars, then I'll be able to buy a book. And then the last thing I have in here so far is If You've Got It, Read It Challenge 2020 card. This is being put on by the restricted section, and it just worked out perfectly with my goals of wanting to read the books on my shelves. So far I've read one for this challenge. There's a bunch of different prompts, trying to read 2 books a month for this challenge to finish it. And the last thing in my reading journal is just my reading tracker for the month. I have my TBR and then page tracker, how many pages I've read every day. So I am really glad to be back. I can't wait for this new year and getting back to talking to everybody all the time. I'm kind of excited to be back on my original purpose for this channel, which was to read the books on my shelves and document it and share it with all of you. And that's kind of what I'll be focusing on this year, is reading these books and telling you about them. Leave a comment down below with anything you want to know about the last 6 months or this new year plan or anything at all. If you like this video, you can hit like and subscribe. I'm going to be back very soon with another book-related video.